Thank you friends for watching my last video on how to impress your boss with your Excel skill. In this video, we are going to learn how to create project plan in Microsoft project. We are going to cover some of the terminologies used in project plan, lead, lag, slack. We'll see what is FS and FF. Defining a project in MS project, how to set the start date, how to set views, table, how to set calendar where we define the vacation. Then we'll actually open Microsoft project and we'll enter some sample tasks. We'll assign predecessor, we'll assign duration, we'll add work breakdown structure, we'll create summary tasks or define some of the existing tasks as summary tasks. We will create milestones. We'll allocate resources to the task. And then we are going to see how we can see the resource utilization using resource usage and resource graph. Then we will baseline the project. We'll see what is baselining the project. And then we are going to track project progress by entering actual work and actual start and finish and percentage completion. So first is in the project plan is activity or a tasks. So any portion of the project that consumes time or resources is called an activity or a task. Uh, Next important terminology is lag time. So lag time is a delay between tasks that have a dependency. For example, if you need a 2-day delay between the finish of one task and the start of another, you can establish finish to start dependency and specify 2 days of lag time. So we'll come to what is finish to start in subsequent slide. So lag is a gap between two subsequent tasks, like task A and task B. Task A is a predecessor for task B, and task B starts after 2 days. So that lag is now 2 days in this case. And we enter lag time as a positive value in Microsoft project, as well as we can enter the lag time as time or as a duration of percentage. Okay, so while creating a task, we'll see how to enter this lag time, lead time that we are going to see. Next is lead time. So lag we know lag is a gap between two tasks. Okay, lead is what? Lead is an overlap between the tasks that have a dependency. In this case, like if a task can start when its predecessor is half finished, you can specify a finish to start dependency with a lead time of 50% of the successor task. Right, you got it. So if there are two tasks, task A and B, and task B can start when when task A, that is the predecessor task, is 50% done, then the task B can start. Okay, in that case, you can put the uh, the uh, the lead time as 50 percentage, and the lead time in a Microsoft project is entered as a negative value. So negative, when you enter a negative value, then it consider that as a lead time. Next, very important, you might have come across this word is slack or buffer, right? So the amount of slack in your schedule indicates how long tasks can be delayed before other tasks or the project finish date are affected, right? It is also called a buffer. You might have heard from your project manager or program manager how much buffer you have. Do we have some contingency built in the task or not? Okay, so so that is the amount of time we can the task can delay without impacting the next subsequent task or overall project timeline. So in this uh, snapshot, you can see this blue task second bar, this 13 days, this 13 days in this Gantt view indicates the slack or a buffer, because this task can delay up to this point. Okay, till that time this activity is not going to get impacted, right? Moving to next is, it's very important when we assign predecessor. That is the dependency between tasks. So we come across terminologies as finish to start, and this is most commonly used, finish to start. So finish to start means finish of the first activity and the start of second activity, right? So in this case, this is the task. Assume this is the task one and this is the task two, right? So finish to start is finish of task one and the start of task two, right? With a lag zero means when the first task is gets finished, second task immediately starts after that because the lag is zero. So this is when will go into Microsoft project, we'll see how to assign this lag. Now, second snapshot is finish to start with a lag of 4 days. Means there is a 4 day. The second activity starts with a delay of 4 days, or with a gap of 4 days, right? Between, so there is a finish to start. So start of the second task is 4 days after the finish of first task, and finish to start lag minus 4D. So you remember what we discussed in the previous slide? Lag is what? Lag negative means lead. That is the overlap. You're right. So so when we say lag minus 4D, it means that there is an overlap between the two tasks, right? And similarly, when we'll see the Microsoft project plan, we have finish to finish, start to start. These are the different um, predecessors or dependency that we apply between the tasks. Yeah, similarly, as I said, start to finish is start of the first activity and the then the finish of second activity. Okay, so in this case, you can see the start of the first activity triggers the, or it has a dependency on the finish of the second activity. Okay, so this is not very commonly used, but yeah, you can use this start to start, but the concept remains same. So when we have, so the first, for the first word denotes the start of the task one or the task one. Second this start finish denotes the finish of the second task. Okay, I'm just skipping this slide. Now let us get started. So we have learned basic terminologies. What is activity or task? Uh, we have learned lead, lag, slack, and then we have seen the dependencies, right? Finish to start and start to finish. There are five basic steps I would say one must perform before actually starting or entering the tasks. So first thing is setting the project start date. Okay. So we have to define the project start date. We'll see how to define the project start date. Set views, set the right view so that you can see uh, what exactly or what really do you want to see on the project plan. Set tables. We'll see what does it mean. Set calendar information where we define the vacation days we define. And last but not the least, we must not forget to save the project file, because I have seen and I have been victim of this, that I created my project plan and then I forgot to save it, and then everything we lose it, right? So don't forget to save the project plan. Okay. So we are seeing now how the project start date can be entered, but once we move into the Microsoft project, we'll actually do these settings. So once you open the project plan, you can go to project, and under project you'll find project information. Okay, so under this project information, you can set the start date. So this is the date when the project is going to start. Okay, and if you see schedule from has a two value list. One is project start date or project finish date. So again, it is used for forward scheduling or backward scheduling. So mostly in the IT projects, we do a forward scheduling where we schedule from is the project start date. But I have come across projects where they do a backward scheduling, where you know your end date or the your uh, order shipment date, and from there you back calculate when that order should be processed. So in that case, you can use project finish date as a schedule from. Now moving to how to set views, table, and calendar. So when I'm going to open the project plan, or if you have opened the project Microsoft project, so the view on the left hand side is called a table view or a tabular view, and the view on the right is called a view or a Gantt view. Okay, so in the Gantt view you can see the bars with dependencies, right? And then we'll talk about these more in detail when we open the Microsoft project. Setting views. So how to set the views? So if you are following with me, you can click on view, okay, and then select detail Gantt. Okay, we are going to repeat this, so don't worry. We are going to see this actually happening in the Microsoft project. I'm just going through the slides so that you understand when we move to the Microsoft project. Now, view setting not done. So in this case, there is the view setting is the right view has not been selected, right? And you see in this snapshot, the right view has been selected. So are you able to uh, identify what is the issue in this two, view setting not done and view setting with view settings? Yes. Yeah, you can see colors. Yeah, you are right. You can see the red colors in this, right? So you can see the colors in this with view settings, and view setting not done, you do not see colors. What are these colors? So these bar with red color, these indicates critical task. Okay. So when you do a proper view setting, you can see in the Gantt view with a the critical task with a in a red color. Okay, so therefore it is very important that before you actually start entering the activity, you should do these basic settings. Okay. Next is setting the table. So for setting the table, you have to click on view, tables, and select schedule. Okay. Now coming to how to set the calendars, how to define the working time or non-working time. So this calendar will find in project. There is an icon change working time. Click on this. You will get this window change working time, and then uh, you can select the date that you want to define as your non-working day, right? And you can click select the day, and then you can define what this why this date is a non-working day. We are going to see that, don't worry. And then, as I said, don't forget to click this floppy disk icon on the top left to save your project. Okay. So we have covered till these first 3 points. So now entering task information. Now we are going to open Microsoft project, or if you have already opened, you can start entering the task along with me. So for this, what I have done, I have selected a sample project plan. Okay. There are many tasks, but don't worry. I'm not going to show you entering all the tasks. I'll show how to enter a few tasks, and then I'm going to copy the task from the Excel and put it in Microsoft project, and then we'll see how to uh, build this beautiful project plan. So let me bring up or open the projects. So this is once you open the Microsoft project, you get this blank project plan, right? So first, what we had learned so far, first was to set the views, right? No, first is to set the project start date. So from where we had to set the project start date, we had to click on project, right? Click on project information, right? You're able to remember now. And as I said, that project start, we are doing a forward scheduling, right? So I'll leave this untouched. Project start date, schedule from, and a start date, I will select my start date from 18th of October. So whatever you can pick any of the start date, and I will click on OK. So my first task is done. I have set my project start date, right? If you remember, the second was to set the views, right? So to set the views, click on view, and in this Gantt chart, so you see by default when you create a blank, when you create a project plan, by default it takes a Gantt chart, right? But what we have to select is we have to select detail Gantt. That is the view that we are looking for. So in this, click on more views and click on detail Gantt. Apply. Okay. Next what? Next what we have to we have to select the schedule. Okay. So that you'll again find in view, table, and click on schedule. Okay. Next what? Next is we have to set calendar. We have to define the vacation, because obviously if you are not going to define the vacation, then some of the tasks will appear on the vacation day, right? But then actually it is not going to happen, right? Because you have that particular day is a vacation day, and you have not defined that as a vacation day in the project plan. So you must define all the vacation day or non-working day in the project plan. So for that, to go to the calendar, click on the project, and you see change working time. Click on change working time. Okay. Now I know that, okay, next month there is a vacation, right? So next month 11th there is a vacation, right? Uh, that is Remembrance Day. So so what you have to do, you have to select the date that you want to change as a non-working time, and just type it. So you can see if I have selected Remembrance Day, it says November 11th is a non-working day, right? Or else what you can do, you can also type like I want to put 25th December is a Christmas, right? It's a holiday. So I'll put Christmas, sorry, Christmas Day, and I can click here and I can select that particular day, right? Date 25th. Anyway, 25th uh, is Saturday, but okay. You want, you can select maybe Jan. I don't know whether Jan 1st January, New Year Day, New Year Day. So see, I'm getting error. The exception conflicts with Remembrance Day. Yeah, because okay. So I have to click on this, and because I cannot add two uh, vacations on the same day, right? The per time. So I will select January 1st is again or let's put second, third is as a holiday. Let us put that, okay? Maybe New Year Day. I can say New Year 3rd Jan holiday. Okay. So we have added, and if I go to the calendar, you can see 3rd Jan as a non-working day, right? 25th as a non-working day. So you must add all the vacations in the calendar this way. Okay, now closed. Next is, now let us, we have done all the four, and anyway I have already saved it. Okay, saved the file. Now let us start entering the tasks. Okay, let me delete this, because let me delete this. Let us start entering the tasks, or let me delete this. Let me delete this clean. Let us start entering the tasks. So how to enter the tasks? So either you can type here, okay, like this, implementation of I'm just putting software ABC implementation. Or what you can do is you can double click on any of the cell, okay, and it pops up the task information window. And in this also you can type. So I can say maybe plan phase, okay, and click OK. Okay. Now I don't. So I have set my views. Okay, if I go to this, I can see that it is detail Gantt. I don't want late start and late finish. I'll just select this. If you want to remove any of the column, just select the column and press delete button on your keyboard. Okay. I don't. Yeah, free slack and total slack is good. I want to insert predecessor column, right? So just click where you want to enter. So I want to enter after start and finish. Right click here and then click on insert column. Okay, and just start typing P. So when I type P, I get all the options related with P. I'll select predecessor. I will add duration also. I'll add duration. Okay. Or what else? I will add resources. So I just what I'm doing is I'm just selecting the column where I want to add my column and right click, insert column. I will add resource names. Okay. Now plan phase. So next I'll add maybe let's put design phase. Okay. I will add task as develop develop design documents. Okay. Develop OCM plans. OCM plans. Okay. So in this way you can add, and now now this is my so this is my first task plan design plan phase is my first task. Okay. So what I will do is I will enter the start date as 18th. Okay. And I will add duration. You can just click and plan phase. I'll put 10 days, right? And design phase is after completion of plan phase. So I'll put a predecessor here. So predecessor, what you can do, click on the predecessor column and add two. So if you add simply two, that is two is nothing but the ID for this. What does it by default it consider this as a finish to start. It means that this design phase will start after finish of this plan phase. Okay, so for finish to start, you don't have to put FS, or by default it takes finish to start. Okay, let me show you. You can also, so if I double click on this and I go to the predecessor tab, this is what I was telling you, right? So you can see the different predecessors. So you can see finish to start, start to finish, right? And then in the Microsoft project, you have the option column for lag. So if there is an overlap between two tasks, what you have to do is you have to put as a negative value, right? We had seen that lead is nothing but a negative lag, right? So you can enter the predecessor uh, by opening this window also. So what you can do is if you want to apply predecessor, you can click on this. So whatever tasks are available, you can select that task as a predecessor task. Okay. Uh, yes. Let me add develop design documents. So now develop design documents is uh, actually this should be now now design phase. Under design phase, I have two tasks. Okay, develop design documents and develop OCM plan, right? So I want to make this task as my summary task, right? So how shall I do it? I'll select these two tasks and I will do a write indent. Okay. So this becomes a subtask of this task. Actually, we should remove this dependency. We should apply the dependency to subtask. So I will say once the plan phase is done, we'll start with the design documents and maybe this OCM plan we can also start. I'll add one more task as test plan, develop test plan. Okay. Develop test plan. Okay. Okay. So now develop test plan. Now test plan. So we have seen finish to, so now this test plan, I want to start once, and let me put a duration for this as 15 days. I will put 15 days here, right? So now you see these two tasks, the finish date is underlined, right, with red, right? Why? Because you see these tasks are these pin icon denotes these are manually scheduled. So we should do an auto schedule for the task, because when we do an auto schedule based on the predecessor, automatically the subsequent task start date and finish date changes. So it is always recommended that when you do prepare a project plan, you should have all your tasks auto scheduled and have a dependencies defined. So what we will do is we'll select all the tasks and we'll change to auto schedule. So you saw the red underline, the finish that has gone, right? Now develop test plan. So this now I'll apply a different dependency on this. Okay, different predecessor on this. We'll use. So now this develop test plan, I want to start after 5 days of after 5 days of completion of um, this develop design documents, right? 5 days after 5 days of start of the design document, right? So what I can do is I'll click on this, double click, this information opens. I'll go to predecessor. I will say dependent on develop design documents. I want to start to start, right? Start to start, but with a lag of 5 days, right? So what it means that my develop test plan will start 5 days after the start of develop design documents. Okay. And you can see from this Gantt view also, right? Great. So now let me add a few more tasks. So what I will do is I'll just copy the task from my Excel. So you know now how to add the tasks. So I'll just copy the tasks. Okay, and then we'll see how will we are going to uh, assign the task as a summary task. So what I'm going to do, I have some of the tasks listed in my Excel. I'm just copying it. Okay. So if you have tasks in your Excel, you can simply copy paste the tasks. Okay. It works. Okay. So now I have what I have done. I have copied the task from my Excel and I'll just put some dependencies, perform configuration. I'll put dependency on completion of design phase. So I'll put three. So why? Because it is saying project can't link a summary task to one of its tasks. So because the way I have copied it is considering this build, test, and train as as a sub task. So I think what we have to do is if you get that error, left indented. Okay, left indented, then it is okay now. And now if you, I will perform configuration, create user access rights. User access rights again, I will put a dependency of uh, 3ss plus 5, and I'll put 20 days for this configuration. One, they develop test scenarios. Test scenarios, I'll say once we have this configuration done and this done, maybe. So I'll put 8 comma 9. So it means that whichever is, so it is dependent on both the tasks. And I'll put develop test scenarios and test scripts duration as 10 days. Execute system testing. Once my test script is done, then I will start. System testing 5 days. I'll put execute UAT. I will put dependency on system testing 11, and I will give 5 days. Right. Then I will milestone. So I'll come to this milestone. I'll delete now. I'll come to this milestone. So how to the conduct training. Training I'll conduct after UAT is done, and let's put 5 days for training. Deploy cutover, develop cutover plan. So once we have this UAT done, so I'll put predecessor of 12 and maybe cutover plan. I'll put 3 days. Develop deliver work instructions, preparing the training materials. I'll put uh, with start of the training session itself. SS I'll put. So SS means start to start with the training. So it is starts simultaneously. So you can see when I put SS, the start of this deliver work instruction and start of conduct train the trainer sessions both are the same, right? Because it is start to start. Okay, I'll put 15 days for it. Okay, and now all these tasks are the subtasks. So what I will do is I'll select this task and I will write indent it so that it becomes a summary task. So it becomes a summary tasks. Okay. And I'll execute deploy cutover plan. I will give a dependency on 14 and or I'll put a dependency on build phase itself. Okay. Execute cutover plan, migrate is 17 and I'll put 3 days for migration. Smoke testing is once migration is done on production, I'll put a smoke testing for 1 day that customer can do a smoke testing. And then once the smoke testing is done, everything is good. I'm putting a dependency of on smoke testing for the go live and 1 day. Let me delete this. I'll show you how to add a milestone later. Then hypercare. So we are just providing a support to customer once initial support, hypercare support. And let's consider maybe 15 days of hypercare support. So I'll put 15 days and I'll put a dependency on go live that is 20. Lessons learned. We must have a lessons learned to know what went well and what we can improve. Maybe let's plan for 5 days of lessons learned. Maybe so now again lessons learned. Maybe I'll plan maybe 10 days after go live. Right. So what I'm doing is um so I'll put FS plus 10 days. So, right. So I'll put 19 FS. But when you are adding a lag or lead, then you have to specify. Okay. Otherwise, if even otherwise, otherwise it is okay to put 19. But if you are specifying a lag or lead, you have to specify 19 FS plus 10. So by default, it will take consider 10 days. So either you can enter directly in this column, or if you are comfortable, you can go to this and you can enter and pick the predecessor task and assign this lag. Okay. But this is comfortable. You can just add it here. Project closeout document. Again, that we can say that I'll put 19 FS plus 10 days. After 10 days, we can start with the project, and then this may take 5 days. Okay, and then this will also start. Okay, so so sample project plan is ready. Now what we are doing is we are going to enhance this project plan, right? So now deploy. We know that again these all are under this deploy phase. So I will make this deploy as a summary task. I'll just do a write indent. Similarly, hypercare, all these tasks are summary task. I'll subtasks. I'll do a write indent, so it becomes a summary task. So you can see. And then I'll select all the tasks by clicking on this and change to auto schedule. Right? Good. Good so far. Now, so now we have seen how to add a task, how to define a predecessor, right? Now we'll see how to add WBS, because most of the time you have seen that people say that okay, what is the WBS ID for this, right? So for this, if you want to insert a WBS and click where you want to insert WBS, right click, insert column, type W, it comes WBS, right? select WBS. So this you get a work breakdown structure for these tasks, and this WBS also shows the hierarchy level, right? Right. So now let us look at on the Gantt view. Now, why these tasks are red? Any guesses? Yes, you are right. These tasks are red because these are critical tasks. So in the Gantt view, okay, if you have selected the your view as detail Gantt, then this in the Gantt chart view, the critical tasks are shown by red color. Okay, right? And the normal tasks, the tasks which are not critical, those are shown with a in a blue color. Okay. Now let us do one thing. Now we have added the task. The important next important thing is to assign resources. So we have already added the resource name, but we haven't defined the resources that would be work that who would be working on this project, right? So for resources, we have to go to uh, uh, view and click on this resource usage, more views, and let's select resource seat. Okay, apply. So let me again show you views. Okay, views, and you can click on or you can go at this more views, select resource seat, right? Where is resource? Yeah, apply. Got it? So you get, so now we have not defined any resources. So now we are going to add resources. So let me put some fixious or maybe let me put some names. I'm putting my name. Maybe I'm putting some name. Mm, okay. I'm putting these resources name. Okay. So I've added 5 resources, right? So you can see, you can just type the resources name. Okay. Now you can see you can also define the standard rate for your resources. And this is very useful because when you are doing your budgeting, that what is your project cost, you can get your total cost by these resources by adding the defining the rate for these resources. So maybe I'll let me define the rate for this resource. I'll say $108, and let me copy this 108 maybe for 3 resources. I will okay, let me copy this and I will add $50. This is $40. Okay. So now I have added the resource. Now I'll go to now again from this view resource view. Again, if you want to go to your view, you go to more views, or you can click on task. Okay, and click on your detail Gantt. Okay, you're back to your view. Now I'm going now how to assign the resources. So let me do one thing. This is implementation software ABC is my uh, the project name, right? So all these tasks are the subtasks, right? So again, select this and write indent. Okay, got it. So you can see the now the project start date is 18th and project completion date is 3rd of 9th of March. Okay, I'll assign the resources. The resources are assigned to a task, not to a summary task. Okay, so we like in this case, I'm just randomly I'll assign resources. I'll pick Jack. Okay, and I'll pick view resource. I'm just adding. Okay, so maybe yeah. So you can also start add assigning resources. I'm just adding resources now. Okay, and later we'll see that whether what we were doing is correct or not. Whether resources are over allocated or under allocated, that we can see. Let me extend it. So you can also drag if you have the same resources, and then maybe what you can do, you can unselect something, some resources. Okay. So you can copy paste the resources also like this. It works. And you can drag. Okay. Okay. So we have added the resources. Yes, done, 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 done. Right? Done. So we have added the resources. Okay, but we didn't see whether the resources are over allocated for that day or not. We randomly allocated the resources, right? So we must know. So this is very important in project planning is we must see that whether the resources are underutilized or over allocated or under allocated or over allocated, because if they are over allocated, then definitely the resource is not going to fulfill the task assigned to him or her, right? So it is very important that we should do a resource leveling. Once we see the resources are over allocated, we should either add more tasks, sorry, add more resources to reduce or to share the workload, or maybe we have to increase the timeline. Okay, now how to see the, so we have added the resource, how to see the resource usage. Okay, again, resource usage, we can go to views, and in this you can see resource usage, right? Resource usage, click on the resource usage. So you can see the name that are appearing with a red, it means that that resource is over allocated. Okay, so I can see in my case, I think all resources are over allocated. Okay, and then you can also see that for which day the resource is over allocated, right? For this October, between October 17th to October this 31st, they are okay. They are not over allocated, right? But if you see on this day, right? October, that is 1st November, right? 1st November, 16 hours, right? For it is they are over allocated. So you can see on which day they are over allocated, and then you can accordingly try to uh, share the workload with other resources or add few resources or evenly space the work, right? You can also see the resource usage or in a graphical format. Okay, so if you click on more views, and if I go to resource graph, I can see in the graphical format on which day the resource are allocated, 100% allocated, and on which day they are over allocated, right? So you can see, and then if you click on this for each resources, you can see, right? So now going back to our plan, detail Gantt. So we have seen how we can assign resources, how we can see the over allocation and under allocation of resources. Now let us see how to um, assign a milestone, right? So what I prefer is I prefer to add a task as a milestone and put the task duration as 0 and then define as a milestone. So how, so now assume, so let us create two milestones. After execution of UAT, I'll assign a milestone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so wherever you want to insert task, you can just put your cursor there, and you can also go to task, and you can see here insert a new task ever the selected task, right? I'll click on this, right? I'll add milestone, milestone, milestone UAT sign off. Okay. And if I double click, as I said to you, the project task information window opens, and and if you click on the advanced tab and select this mark task as a milestone and put duration as 0 days. Okay, because this is, I'm just denoting this particular uh, completion of this as a milestone. It's not a task. Okay, and then I will put a dependency on this task on the predecessor to 12, that is the UAT, and I will auto schedule it, right? So you can see on the Gantt view, right? Gantt view. Oh, sorry, I added in this resource name. Sorry. So yeah, so on this Gantt view, you can see with with a diamond color, the milestones are indicated with a diamond color on the Gantt view. You can see, right? Now let us now if I look at the Gantt view, right, I'm not very clear which task it is, right? So why not add the task information also in the on the Gantt view? Yes, we can do it. Right click on this Gantt view, click on this bar styles, okay, and click on task, okay, click on text. I want to have this task name onto the right of the bar. Okay, I'll click on this and I'll type task. Let me see. Yeah, task summary name. So task summary name is task name. Okay, click on task summary name. Okay, so you can see now for all the normal tasks, which are the tasks which are not critical, we can see now, but we have to apply for the critical task also. So I'll right click again. I'll select critical tasks. Okay, and let me, yeah, critical task. Again, I'll do the same thing. Task summary name, task summary name. Okay, and you can see now the task, the Gantt, the bar is having the task name on the right, right? So now by looking at the looking at the Gantt view also, you can know what is the task, right? Now, uh, let us uh, let us adjust this timeline, okay, on the Gantt view. So if you want to adjust that timeline on the Gantt view, how we can do it? Right click on this time scale, okay, and so it is now, if I see this, it is two tier. On the middle tier, it is units. I'll make it months, okay, and on the bottom, I'll put weeks. So I'm shortening this Gantt view, right? So that you can we can see the complete Gantt chart in one view, right? So now it is visible, right? Now I would also give you some tricks to impress your customer or your boss. Now you see this timeline. You can add your key task on this timeline also. How to add it? Like now, let us do. Now this UAT is a key task, right? So if a project plan runs into 200 tasks, it is very difficult to find out, right? And scroll and see that, oh, where is the UAT, right? If you get a view in this timeline, in this timeline space, the UAT, the go live, it is very clearly visible, right? And so, and then if you modify something, you can see the changes also. So how to do that? How to add the key task in this timeline? Now I want to add execute UAT. Just double click on this execute UAT. Okay. Now click on advanced. Sorry, click on general. Sorry, we have clicked on advanced. No resources. Predecessor. Yeah, click on general and click on display on timeline, right? So if I click on display on timeline, you can see execute UAT. I can just copy this and I can move it up. Okay. So you can see the execute UAT now. It is very, and now if you want to make this red color so that it is quite visible. Now similarly, you can do for go live also. Double click on this display on timeline. Okay. So go live is second, right? So let me pull down this by second 16th. Yeah, this is the go live, right? Right. So now see how beautiful your plan looks like, right? So you can clearly see the UAT timeline. You can see the go live timeline, right? Now let us quickly move to how to baseline the this plan. So now we have created the plan. Everything is good. Now we want to make this as a baseline plan, right? To to set the plan as a baseline, right? So click on uh, project and set baseline. So what we are doing is we are making this plan as an original copy so that against the baseline date we can track the progress of the plan, right? So click on set baseline. Yes, entire project as a baseline. So now our project is baselined. Now how to now next how to track the project. Now you have done the project has started. Now you want to track, right? Because that is the purpose of the project plan, that you should track the progress, right? So let us add two columns. Let us add two columns. Actual insert. So what we have to do? Insert column, actual start, and actual insert actual finish, and I will also add percentage completion. Okay, percentage completion. Okay. So based on the project progress, we can indicate whether it is 0, 25, 50, 75, 100, that we can mark. Like if you know that okay, this task is 75% is completed, 25%, just click on 25. Okay, and you can see the project progress. If it is 100%, you can mark it as 100%, and you can see the project progress this with this bar, the blue bar inside this. So that shows the actual the progress, the percentage completion of the task. Okay. So this way you can in this, like if I want make let me make it 100%. This is done, and this is 50%. You can just, or you can also type in. Okay, you can also type in the percentage. Okay, and then you can also enter. You instead of that, you can also enter your actual start date also. So again, this is very fictitious, I would say, but yes. Now you can see, now I think it is better to include the baseline start and baseline, because that is the date that we have frozen baseline start. So I'll select baseline start and baseline finish, because those are the frozen dates, right? So baseline start and baseline finish. Okay, so these are the dates, and then actual and start, actual finish, you're going to track. Right. I think I've covered everything. Let me go back to my agenda. Yes, we looked at milestones, WBS, task information, tracking project progress. Yes, we have covered all. Okay, so hope now you are quite comfortable in creating a project plan. If you have any doubt, or if you want to know more about the project plan, please put in your comments. It would be my pleasure to come up with a new video to address your comments. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you very much.